The Golden State Warriors signed a top-notch guard to replace Gary Payton II, and that being Donte Divincenzo. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 key reasons why Donte Divincenzo is a perfect fit for Golden State Warriors and why he will become an all-out NBA superstar in this team. So make sure you like this video, and secondly, if you want more Golden State Warriors content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we upload every single day so you don't miss a video. But let's get into key reason number 1, and that is Donte Divincenzo is a really great shooter. Now, a lot of you may not have known this because he did play in Sacramento last season, but he was benched for a majority of the season. No one really knows why. There was a lot of feud between the two. He only played 25 games, but in his peak performance in Milwaukee, a lot of you probably remember him from there. He was actually averaging 10.4 points and also shot 38% from the three-point line, taking 6 attempts per game. So he's a great three-point shooter, guys. He has a great percentage and also shoots a nice volume of three-point shots, especially with that Milwaukee team. As you all know, they had Giannis, they had Chris Middleton at the time, so they had a lot of inside players, and Donte Divincenzo, his role was to knock down those threes, and he definitely did a great job for that. So I think it was honestly fantastic when it comes to Donte Divincenzo getting someone of his caliber when it comes to shooting. He's not only a great shooter, but he can shoot threes off the dribble, which is very, very rare, especially in today's NBA. So a lot of them, as you all know, are very much spot up three-point shooters, but players such as Steph, Donte Divincenzo, Damian Lillard, these types of players really do shoot well on the three-point line off the dribble, and I think that really does make them special compared to no other. So I think that's fantastic, and it's an asset that Donte Divincenzo has that can really help benefit Golden State Warriors, especially that second unit. They already do have Jordan Poole, who's a great three-point shooter coming off the bench, but to have someone of Divincenzo who also plays great defense like Gary Payton II, I think it's honestly fantastic to have another 3-and-D player, especially in that second unit. The second key reason is Divincenzo's great defense. Now, a lot of people do not know this, but Divincenzo is a great defender and also a great rebounder. In his peak performance in 2020 to 2021, his Milwaukee season, he was actually averaging 6 rebounds a game as a shooting guard. Yes, guys, you heard that right. 6 rebounds. So he's honestly a perfect fit for this Golden State Warriors team, especially if they run that small ball lineup next year. Divincenzo can definitely get the rebound. He can also play a lot of positions when it comes to defending them, and I think he will have no trouble locking people up. And I think that's what made Gary Payton II such a juggernaut on defense, but also such a favorite in the Golden State Warriors roster was his great defense coming off the bench, and Divincenzo can definitely fill that role. He has shown it time and time again when he played for Milwaukee that he is a great defender and can guard some of the best players in the world. Now, other things such as shot contests are not really a statistic that is recorded by the NBA, but when it comes to his stealing, he's actually a very good stealer. So he actually averaged around 1.3 steals per game, which was honestly great to see, which is roughly around where Gary Payton II was. He's honestly great off-ball defending, on-ball defending, and I think that's really going to help that second unit. Now, with the second unit of Jordan Poole, obviously Otto Porter left, but you still have other players that can play great defense, and to add Divincenzo to that lineup on the second unit is going to be a really good effect. I really think he can guard probably 1 through 3, maybe even 4. He probably can't guard the center position, but 1 through 3 or 1 through 4 is already great as enough because Gary Payton II pretty much did the same. So even though a lot of you may be sad about Gary Payton II leaving, I'm telling you right now, Divincenzo can definitely take over where he left off. Reason number 3 is his championship DNA. Now, I think this is probably one of the most important reasons, but the fact that he has won an NBA championship in the past really does show that he can provide a lot to this championship already team. I think, having experience not only in the playoffs, but the championships is really important when it comes to making it back to the finals because you know what it takes to get to that position again. Now, although he was injured during that time, it still takes a lot of effort to make it there, to experience it, and to understand how to do it all over again. So I think it's honestly great to have someone of Donte and his caliber of being an NBA Finals champion before, and also even in a recent year in the 2021-2022 with Milwaukee. As you all know, that Milwaukee series with Suns, a lot of people thought Suns were going to win. Milwaukee come back and get the job done. So it was still great to see him do what he can on the bench, and he still provided a lot in experience and also in advice-wise to the rest of his roster. And a lot of people have made it known that his past couple of teammates have mentioned how Donte really helped him during that finals period when it came to defensive switching, defensive outlets, all those good things. So I think him having been there, having known what it takes to get to the NBA Finals is only going to push Golden State Warriors further, especially that second unit. Now, to get someone of his caliber coming off the second unit is really important because, as you all know, Donte Divincenzo, he was a starter, okay? He was a starter in the Milwaukee team. So for him to be able to be the leader for the bench squad, I think is going to be a great improvement to that second unit roster. So it's honestly fantastic to see, and it is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, especially with the fact that he's coming back from an injury. I do think he can come back stronger, and he's only going to get better from here as time goes on. Reason number 4 is Donte Divincenzo's playmaking ability. A lot of people don't know this, but he is a great playmaker and continues to put up great stats in the assist end. He's always able to find the open man in certain situations, especially if he's getting doubled or anything of that nature. He can always find the open man, which is great. But when it comes to his assist and also his playmaking, in his peak season with Milwaukee, he played around 66 games, and in 38 of them, he actually had 5 or more assists. So he is a great playmaker and is always able to find the open man, and that's what someone that Golden State Warriors need. They don't need someone who can drop 40 points or 50 points again. They already have Steph, they got Klay, Andrew Wiggins can also do that. They don't need that anymore. What they do need is someone who can play efficient, drop 10, 20 points, and also get you 5 assists, and Donte Divincenzo is definitely that man. I honestly think he's a perfect fit for the Warriors. I did say this before, that when he was actually playing at Milwaukee, I thought he was going to be great for Golden State Warriors, and it's funny how it all comes all around, and now he's finally playing with them. So for him to be able to provide that, you know, not only in the points section, but also playmaking, also rebounding, and on the defensive end, I think that second unit is going to be as scary as the first unit. And, you know, running a 10 deep squad is very, very important, especially in the NBA. And if the bench team is really, really good, that's what's really going to separate them from other teams and what's going to help them make it to the NBA Finals. A lot of these other teams are very focused on, you know, getting the next superstar or getting the best starting 5. But what they don't focus on is getting the right pieces, which is what Golden State Warriors did with Donte Divincenzo. So to have his playmaking ability is great. He's got great vision off the pick and roll. He's able also to pass out of shots really well when he's in the corner. He's probably going to be playing that, you know, stagnant position while Jordan Poole is going to be the main ball handler, but he's still able to make a move, come up a pick and roll, and find the open man, whether it's the roller or whether it's someone in the corner. So I think that's a really great ability to have. It's something that can't really be taught, but it's just second nature to these NBA players, and Donte Divincenzo definitely has that. Reason number 5, and probably the biggest reason, is Donte Divincenzo's mindset towards the team and also his eagerness to win an NBA championship. Now, I know this doesn't sound like a big deal, but having someone who accepts their role as a role player and does whatever he can to provide the best for the team is a very important aspect. As you guys all know, these are NBA players. All of them think they are the best player in the league. And that's why you see some super teams fall apart when egos get in the way and, you know, one player thinks they're better than everyone else and is the star of the show. What I love about Donte Divincenzo is he's here to just do what his job is and to listen to what the Golden State Warriors need and to fill those holes. And I think that's very important when it comes to signing a new player, and especially a big name player like Donte Divincenzo. If you asked me this question 2 years ago, Donte Divincenzo was definitely one of the top guards in the league, and for him to accept his role coming off the bench, providing what he can for this Warriors team, I think is a huge plus. Donte Divincenzo, he has said it time and time again that he's very happy to be where he's at in Golden State Warriors, and he just wants to do whatever it takes to win, and that's the attitude that Golden State Warriors win. Yes, we do have star players such as Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, just to name a few. However, with all those players, they all believe in the system, and they've all put their egos inside in order to actually win an NBA championship. I think if you ask Steph Curry tomorrow, tomorrow if he cares if he drops 40 points the next season every single game, or would he rather win the NBA championship? He'll probably pick the NBA championship over dropping 40 points. I honestly do think that these players in Golden State Warriors, what really makes them gel well together is they all have the same goal, and they're all looking to just win the NBA championship no matter what that entails. So whether they have to contribute dropping 10 points, whether they have to give out 5 assists, whether they got to get 20 rebounds, they don't care as long as they do their job to win an NBA championship. And I think that's what really makes Donte Divincenzo special, and that's also what made Gary Payton II special. And I think the reason why he left is obviously the money side of things. You know, if you are going to be given a starting role and also more money, why wouldn't you take that? So I think Divincenzo is coming back. Sacramento wasn't really a great place for him, and I think, you know, Golden State Warriors are really going to take them under his wing and provide what they can provide. There was a lot of mix-up when it came to Sacramento and Divincenzo. Supposedly there was a lot of beef going on, so thankfully that's all over. I think Divincenzo will have a great start and also a great refreshing organization behind them, which is the Golden State Warriors. But Bob Myers, I think, did a great job this offseason in order to sign some key players. As you all know as well, just to give you a quick update, they did re-sign Kevon Looney, and they also re-signed Jordan Poole. So all that is basically done. We did lose Otto Porter, we did lose JTA, and we did lose Gary Payton II. That was unfortunate. So let me know down in the comments what you think about all that. Do you think Divincenzo is going to be a great player this season? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Peace.